Mortal Kombat is bad, and it is so bad that it feels like a completely different movie. It feels like someone wrote a script for like a really generic like fighting movie about this kid who has like a legacy in his bloodline, so then that way he has to like fight in this fight. But instead of like making an original movie, they probably like licensed Mortal Kombat, and they were like, we'll put your movie together with Mortal Kombat, so the kid has to fight in Mortal Kombat. And the kid's related to Scorpion, so then that way Scorpion can show up. Sub-Zero he's just like this ultimate killing machine, and like, don't get me wrong, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are obviously like the most like well-known somewhat Mortal Kombat characters, but they feel just so overpowered in this movie, where it's just like, really, Sub-Zero can like take out literally anyone, but at the same time he's such an idiot. So like, Sub-Zero is basically like a hitman for Shang Tsung, and he like has to go take out the Earth Realm fighters, so then that way they won't have any fighters for the tournament. But like, okay, so he goes to kill the new kid, right? He goes to go assassinate Cole, right? Cole Young, who is Scorpion's maybe son. I mean, like, it kind of feels like it's really weird because okay, let me go back to the beginning. It feels weird because Cole is maybe shown with Scorpion back when he was human. He gets, hidden away as Sub-Zero comes to kill his dad. And then it shows that Raiden picks up Cole, takes him somewhere, but then we just like flash forward to see Cole like on his own with his family, and it's kind of like, why didn't Raiden take care of the kid, explain to the kid? Like, he knew that the kid eventually would have to come back to fight in Mortal Kombat, like in the tournament. So it's like, why didn't he take care of this kid? Maybe take him to a temple and kind of like Liu Kang. Like, why doesn't he just like train him at a temple, so that way he's ready to fight in Mortal Kombat? It's really weird because later in the movie, Raiden, who is just a really weird interpretation of Raiden, like, he's just like a annoyed dude. Like, that's all he comes off as in the whole movie, is that he's just annoyed at everybody. And so Raiden is like, Cole, you're such a disgrace. I can't believe you're such a failure. Get out of here. And it's like, dude, you've literally known the kid since he was a kid. Why didn't you train him? Why don't you like help him? Like, it's so weird because like, Raiden is like literally doesn't help anyone at all. He just kind of is like, you're all failures, and I can't wait till, I find new warriors that are better. And it's like, why don't you help them? And like, isn't that part of like it's part of his whole character? Like, in the video games, he like in Mortal Kombat 9, he's obsessed with Liu Kang, and he wants Liu Kang to do good, and he's like, I don't want the visions of the future to come to reality, so he like interferes and everything. In this movie though, he's just kind of like just this annoyed dude in a hat with really bad special effects in his eyes. Oh my god, the special effects in this movie are so bad. But like, Raiden is just like, he's just like the annoyed master who's just like, oh, I can't stand it. These fighters are not good fighters. And then the only good fighter on the Earthrealm side, at least, in the beginning, is Kung Lao. And I'm sitting here being like, Kung Lao? Kung Lao? The hat dude? Like, I don't know. I've never found him to be cool, and then this movie tries really hard to make him seem like a really cool badass who's like, oh, look how cool I am with my spinny hat, and I'm like the only one that has powers. And it's kind of like, okay, dude, whatever. Like, I don't know. He's just such a weird guy. And then this movie also tries to do this like twist where it's like, look, Kano is part of the good guys. Oh my god, he's totally part of the good guys. And oh no, he betrayed the good guys. Surprise, surprise. It's like, yeah, no, duh. He's Kano. Like, when has he ever been like, well, I guess he kind of sometimes helps, but it's like, he's mostly like a chaotic character. Like, it makes sense that he would be the one to betray the team. So it's like, no surprise there. But anyways, back to Sub-Zero. Either way, Sub-Zero, he tries to kill Cole, fails because he makes his presence like so easily known because he's like, it's like the middle of the night and all of a sudden it starts snowing and everyone's like, whoa, what's going on? I don't know why it's snowing. And then he just starts like picking up and throwing ice. It's just like, it's so weird because it's like he's like a block away as he's doing this. He's like literally just throwing ice like up and down. And then Cole and his family are like, oh my god, we gotta get out of here. And then Jax shows up and Jax is all like, get in it, come with me if you want to live. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. And then Jax fights Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero defeats Jax, should have finished him off, but instead he decides that he's just gonna leave. Like, that's just what he's gonna do. It's very much like in the beginning when Sub-Zero was um, fighting Scorpion back when he was a human. He should have finished him, but instead he just leaves. He's just like, I'll leave you to die, and it's kind of just like, dude, you're an assassin, or like you're like a cryomancer, like freeze him solid so then that way you can make sure that he's dead. Like, come on. And then Scorpion also has to who is it that he messes up on? He messes up on Scorpion, he messes up on Jax, and I'm pretty sure he messes up on someone else, but I can't remember right now. And then randomly just like Shang Tsung gathers up a bunch of fighters, right? And like this is the part where it feels like such like a Mortal Kombat skin over like a pre-existing movie, because like they don't explain Shang Tsung, they don't explain Melina, they don't explain Cabal. It's just kind of like, it's more like if you're a fan, you know who these people are, so you point at them, you go like, oh, there's Cabal, look, there's Cabal. And then like, it, and like Melina doesn't really do anything, like for all the hubbub that there was about her actress, she really doesn't do anything. I mean, she fights, but it's about it. I mean, like everyone fights in this movie, no duh. Like, but like it's just weird because it's like she could have been replaced with like literally anyone, and it wouldn't have made a difference. It's not like you needed Melina to be in this movie. And then there's also like in Raiden's temple, there's like little nods where like you see Katana's fans, and so like I assume Katana died, or maybe she'll pick them up later in a movie, who knows. And then the fights are, well, they're okay, they're passable. It's like the only reason you'd ever watch this movie is if you wanted to see some fighting. The Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight is pretty good. It's a bit overhyped, and Cole has like an Iron Man suit, basically. That's like his special power, and he ends up beating Goro, and it was kind of just like a weird fight because it's like, I don't know, I kind of hate the fights where it's like this super overpowered character isn't killing the person he's fighting. He's like, like it's like the whole lion playing with its food. It's like, it's not interesting. It's like, obviously Goro is way stronger than Cole. But then Cole, unlocks his MacGuffin device and he wins. But it's like, why would Goro ever waste time? Like, he wastes so much time fighting this kid. And it doesn't amount to anything. It's not building tension. It's just like, well, when is Cole going to win? Like, it doesn't ever feel like, oh no, like Cole could die kind of thing. And, like, that's really it. I mean, that's really it. Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight. Shang Tsung says some like, I will come back and I will have armies, and then Raiden's like, no you won't, and then he just teleports him away. And that's like a really weird part, is that I guess as long as they're on Earth, Raiden can teleport people wherever he wants. But like, okay, so he can teleport people wherever he wants, but in order to keep Shang Tsung and friends out, he makes this like force field thing, right? But then why doesn't he just teleport them like outside of the force field? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, because Kano breaks the force field, then Liu Kang dies, right? Raiden is like, go through my portal, and then but then later he doesn't even need people to go through portals. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. The powers don't really add up. And so basically Cole and his dad, because like Scorpion can't beat him on his own, Scorpion and Cole end up beating Sub-Zero, and then they set up for the next movie, and it kind of just, it really just ends, and it's kind of just like, what was that? Like, there's like very minimal plot, There's a lot of fighting. The fighting is okay. It's not anything crazy. The special effects are trash, especially when it comes to people's eyes and like the lightning barrier that Raiden makes. Oh my god, is that so bad? Kano's eye is also really bad. Like it looks really bad. And it's so annoying that I see people being like, this is the best video game adaptation to date. Oh my god. And it's just kind of like, it's not. It really isn't. The plot is horrible. The writing is horrible. The characters are just thrown in for the sake of a license. It feels like it really, it's just like a 5 minute setup that was stretched out into like an hour and a half movie, and it is not justified. It is not justified at all.